In this video, Andre from 1 Minute Economics is going to share his thoughts on how you can build a secure financial future for you and your YouTube channel.
Deliver your value.
Hi, and welcome to Creator Fundamentals. My name is Dan Courier, and I am here to help you deliver your value to the world. You know, we've talked in the past on this channel about some of the things you can do to help secure your financial future for your YouTube channel. One of the things we've talked about is diversifying revenue streams. And we talk about that to plan for financial uncertainty. Maybe if YouTube changes its policies and you're not getting the ad revenue that you used to, it's certainly a real fear and something that we should consider. Well, here to talk more about that, I've invited Andre from 1 Minute Economics.
As an economist who is also an entrepreneur who used to own hosting businesses, development businesses, an auction platform, of course a YouTube channel and so on, but also as an author who has written a book about financial preparedness, I feel I'm in a good position to talk to you guys today about how to position yourself as a YouTuber so as to protect your channel, your business, as well as yourself ultimately against financial uncertainty. And I will try to keep things simple, so we'll get right down to business. Number one, the golden rule of investing. Never put all of your eggs in the same basket. And this applies to anything from your personal life. You know, the idea of not investing everything you have in the same asset, but it applies to everything that has to do with your business. Don't depend on just Google AdSense for monetization. Do your best to be creative. Like, I have a YouTube channel called 1 Minute Economics, so naturally it's a good platform for myself to sell books. If you're an entertainment YouTuber, maybe you can think about, you know, an outside-the-box way to sell merchandise. Or you can sell consulting. Or you can set up a Patreon page and have people support your community. The bottom line is that when investing, when generating traffic, when monetizing that traffic, you should never put all of your eggs in the same basket. Number two, don't live in a bubble. I've been guilty of this myself, and many entrepreneurs as well as YouTubers make the same mistake. We tend to pay so much attention to our niche, to anything that has to do with our YouTube channel, other YouTubers, potential collabs, anything of that nature, but we never ever think about how we are frequently at the mercy of exogenous shocks. Because if the economy collapses, for example, it will without a doubt affect our business. Like in my case, when the Great Recession of 07-08 came, not only did my mom get sick and I had to take her to get medical treatment in another country, and I'm sure you can understand what that did to my net worth, but also the onset of the Great Recession affected my businesses dramatically as well. And the bottom line is this: behind numbers, behind statistics, there are real people. So never ever lose sight of the fact that, as important as it is to look inwards when it comes to your industry and maximize results there, how huge of a difference it would make if even occasionally you would think about the big picture, about the economy, about how developments in the quote-unquote real world can affect your YouTube business. Number three, be adaptable. This is extremely important in any business, and YouTube does not represent an exception. You need to figure out what currently works on YouTube. You need to be able to essentially stay relevant, because if you lose your relevance on YouTube, it's going to be an uphill battle to regain it. So whatever you do, don't forget that any exercise in mental elasticity, anything that enables you to become better at seeing the big picture, of being open-minded, of thinking outside the box, anything of that nature helps a ton. Whether it's, you know, exposing yourself to different political viewpoints, as unpleasant as that can be, or whether it's, you know, engaging in debates with people who are on completely opposite sides of the spectrum, ideologically speaking, compared to you. It may not seem like the most pleasant thing in the world, but it's unbelievable how useful in the long run a little bit of flexibility can be. Number four, invest in your education. It's just amazing how asymmetrically in your favor the risk-to-reward ratio associated with educating yourself is. When you read a good book, or when you go through some awesome material that helps you become better at whatever it is you do for a living, many of the things you learn don't have an expiration date. So essentially, if you are to calculate the return on investment when it comes to that particular strategy, it's gonna be through the roof. I realize People have families, people have jobs, people have commitments, but at the end of the day, and that's been my main driving force when it comes to creating 1-minute economics, I want to stress how much you can achieve with so little. And by maybe allocating half an hour per week that you would have otherwise spent binge watching various series on YouTube, by allocating that 1 hour to learning anything really that you consider relevant, it's going to pay dividends, and it's going to pay dividends forever. Number 5. The number one question I get from people, including YouTubers, is, okay, what should I invest in if I don't have a lot of money? And to kind of add to number 4, don't forget to invest in yourself. Like if you're a photographer, maybe you can invest in equipment or something else that gives you an edge. Whatever it is you do for a living, once again, if you don't have a lot of money, then you kind of have to look towards investments with asymmetrically high potential returns, and investments in yourself definitely qualify. Of course, there's not much of a passive element to that, because you can invest in equipment, you can invest in yourself, but you still have to put in the work. But at the end of the day, your returns can and will be spectacular if you do things right. Number 6. Build relationships. For the love of God, guys, if it's one thing I've learned by running a YouTube channel, by running blogs and whatnot, is that the real, gold in these hills lies in the networking effect. Even more so than it comes to strictly generating money through ad revenue and things like that. It's just amazing how having connections can help. Connections you can then leverage to launch new projects. Like, for example, I have this book launch. I was able to immediately contact a bunch of potential sponsors who were more than happy to give me some really awesome prizes for the contest. So in the end, it's having contacts, it's having the ability to leverage those contacts that helps you make the most out of your YouTube career. So don't be engaged in linear thinking, here I am, this is my content, and I monetize that content through ads. No, there's way more to YouTube than that. Keep in touch with people, even if it only means exchanging emails. Be on collaborations like what I'm doing right now. Essentially, do whatever it takes to put yourself out there, and you're gonna be a very happy camper. Number 7, my final tip for you today is simple. Whether we're talking about your YouTube channel, whether we're talking about investing or anything else that has to do with your life, be an optimist when it comes to your day-to-day activities, but when planning, it makes sense to be pessimistic. It makes sense to think about various outcomes, and especially negative ones. Now, of course, you shouldn't let these things bring you down, but if you are not willing to kind of prepare for pretty much anything life, the business sector, the economy, and so on throws at you, then you will be at the mercy of external events, and uncertainty will definitely give you quite a few painful life-related lessons. I have a contest associated with my book launch. I have a price reduction going on. I'm on many collabs. I do my best to keep things positive even if I'm talking about very serious stuff in the book. This is because this launch is not a funeral. I want to get people to understand that being prepared, that being willing to kind of put in the work it takes to think about negative outcomes and figure out what kind of an actionable plan you can do for your YouTube channel, for your personal life, to kind of maximize the likelihood of landing on your feet. You don't have to become a doom and gloomer. You don't have to become depressed. You don't have to get in full-fledged panic mode. And on the contrary, these things won't do you any good. Instead, keep a positive outlook on life. Be grateful for everything you have, whether it's your family, your friends, your YouTube channel, your business, anything of that nature. But never, ever, ever forget how important it is to be pessimistic when making plans. Thank you guys for watching, and have an awesome day.
Thanks, Andrei, for sharing that information with us. As Andrei mentioned, he has a new book out called The Age of Anomaly. To celebrate the release of that book, he's actually making the Kindle version available for just 99 cents this week. So definitely check that out through the links in the description. And hey, don't forget, this video is sponsored by TubeBuddy. TubeBuddy is the #1 browser plugin for managing and growing your YouTube channel. It's available to download for free, and there's a link in the description below. I hope you found this video helpful. If you are new to the channel and would like to receive future notifications on videos that help you deliver your value to the world, make sure you click that subscribe button and the bell notification icon so you don't miss a thing. That's all the time we have for today. My name is Dan Courier, and you're watching Creator Fundamentals. Thank you.